I remember a conversation that I had with one of the girls who successfully transitioned. She was one who, it took her a long time. It seemed like she was really struggling for a long time, and then one day, it was like overnight, she just did a 180 degrees, she changed her life, and she never looked back. And I remember having a conversation with her and asking her, what was it that finally made it click for you? What made that change in that transition so that it could be done so quickly? And she said something I'll never forget. She said, the industry took from me more than it gave. When I was unable to get out, it's because I was only looking at the things that it was giving me. See, she wanted to be a businesswoman. She thought that she needed to save a nest egg because she didn't come from me, so she needed to save this money so that she could work her way up the ladder. But what she noticed is that she had started making videos and they had circulated pretty widely. And when she would walk into these interviews for these internships, people were starting to recognize her. And they weren't taking her seriously. And even when she wasn't being recognized, she thought she was being recognized, and it caused her to become shy and shriveled and lose her confidence, and she wasn't able to give a great interview to be able to get the jobs. And she realized that this thing that she thought was going to help her in her career was actually sabotaging her. It was taking more than it was giving. What are the things in your life that are taking from you more than they are giving? They can even just be attitudes that are causing you to take certain actions. If you're a believer, it can be sin in your life that's separating you from intimacy with God. Sin always takes more than it gives, because it might look fun in the moment or it might look easier in the moment, but ultimately if it's separating you from the intimacy with God, it's separating you from true peace, love, joy, happiness, it's not worth it. It's taking way more than it's giving. Even certain foods, if they're draining you of energy and they're going to ultimately cause heart disease and diabetes, they're taking from you more than they're giving to you. You have relationships, whether they're friends, intimate relationships, people around you that are constantly cutting you down and never lifting you up. Those people are taking from you more than they're giving. We have to recognize these things and we have to get them out of our lives. Because there's this famous speaker named Owen Cook, and he talks about this concept of a poison drip. That these things are just dripping poison into our life. And if somebody were to hand us a big glass of poison and ask us to chug it, we'd laugh. We'd say, no way, you're crazy. I would never do that. But see, these things, what they do is they just drip such a little amount that we don't really notice that it's happening until it's too late. See, none of these girls woke up when they were 5 years old and said, you know what I dream of being when I grow older? I dream of selling my body for money. That's what I dream of doing. Of course not. It happened very slowly. Very slowly, they took more and more actions that weren't in line with what they really believed. Certain things, they would compromise their boundaries in small little ways, but over a period of time, those small little things became poison drips in their life until it ultimately got them to a place where they didn't want to be. You have to keep your eyes open and see where those poison drips are in your life, and you have to eliminate them, and you have to replace them with things that are life-giving instead of life-taking.